In this video, we're breaking down Raphinha's game, what makes him special, why he's so good, and how you can play just like he does. And if you want to take your game to the next level, click the link in the description to book a completely free one-on-one call with me. And now, let's get started. In this clip here, we see Real Madrid's back line completely disorganized. The two center backs have been drawn all the way up, and the left back as well onto the right winger. This center back specifically was drawn way too far up, marking the 10 because of Barcelona's constant movement. This leads to Raphinha being one-on-one with a defender that he is way faster than. As the ball's about to be played, he takes a step back, making sure he's onside, and then he kickstarts the attack. He runs all the way through and eventually scores. Now in this clip, we see a defender tracking back while checking his shoulder to spot Raphinha. This is great defending. But this opposite defender is looking in the opposite direction, completely unaware that Raphinha is running right behind him. And even though the first defender initially recognized Raphinha's run, he still loses track of him because Raphinha is moving on the blind side. This is what makes running on the blind side so powerful and how you always have to do it if you're an attacker. This positioning makes it impossible for the defender to react in time, allowing Raphinha to break straight through and score. Now in this clip here, Raphinha receives the ball and effortlessly takes a touch past the defender. But how does he do it so easily? As the ball's coming in, he quickly checks his shoulder and sees the defender closing in. If we look at their momentum, the defender is charging towards Raphinha, while Raphinha is already moving straight towards the goal. All he has to do is take a touch in the right direction, knowing the defender is going to have to overcommit and miss. And that's exactly what happens. The defender, realizing he can't catch up, desperately reaches for the ball but completely misses, allowing Raphinha to break through. And now, as he's driving forward, he finds himself in a 2v1 with the defender. Initially, he's running along the same line as the defender, going towards him, which actually makes it easier for him to stay close and cut off the passing options. Recognizing this, Raphinha quickly adjusts and takes a direct touch towards goal, forcing the defender to step towards him, which leaves Lewandowski on the other side wide open. This gives Raphinha enough time to play the pass across, leading to another goal. So in this clip here, we have Casado on the ball about to play the long ball. Lewandowski, as you can see here, is about to make a run, but he makes it first and he's going straight. Raphinha, on the other hand, goes after him, going inside. The defenders initially think that the ball's going into Lewandowski because he makes the initial run, making them track him and leaving Raphinha wide open to get in behind. And then here, as the ball's coming into Raphinha, right before he touches it, he checks his shoulder, seeing the goalkeeper rushing out. Instantly, he knows all he has to do is chip him. He does, and of course, he scores. And then here we see Balde about to come inside for a cross. Here, watch Raphinha. He's on the blind side of this defender. This is really important because the defender doesn't know that Raphinha is even there. He hasn't checked his shoulder, which means as soon as the cross gets played in, Raphinha darts in front of him, and you can see from the defender's body language, he's completely off guard. He just freezes. He wasn't expecting Raphinha to be there. And then from this, Raphinha almost scores. Here, we see Raphinha winning a crucial 50-50 and putting the ball into space. The defender marking Yamal steps out thinking he can intercept, but quickly realizes he's too late. By the time he tries to recover, Yamal has already started his run, leaving him trailing behind. This gives Yamal the time to take a touch and finish. The key point here is when Raphinha puts the ball into space, it lures out the defender, giving him a false sense of security. He makes him think he can reach it, but he can't. Now here, watch how Raphinha gets in front of this defender, setting up a 1v1. The defender's momentum is carrying him straight towards the goal, so all Raphinha has to do is cut back against it. As soon as he does that, the defender is sent flying by him, putting him completely out of position and giving Raphinha the space he needs to get off a shot, and he almost scores. You can see here again how far the defender actually is, and all this happens because of momentum. If you take a sharp cut against the defender's momentum, you will always have the advantage. And now here, we see something brilliant from Pedri. As the ball's coming in, he steps on it, forcing these two defenders to press him, giving more space to Raphinha when he plays the pass. Then when Raphinha turns, both of these center backs are locked onto Lewandowski, which gives Raphinha more space to drive into. He takes two touches, and by the time he sets up for the shot, the center back's too far away to be able to step to him. He shoots, and he scores. Here in this clip, we see Lewandowski coming this way, drawing this defender with him and leaving a gap in behind. The space is now open. Lewandowski knows this, turns, and you can see him pointing at Raphinha to start making that run. And then as soon as Raphinha makes the run into the open space, Lewandowski does something else very well. He starts running into the space Raphinha just left open in case so he can get the ball back, even though he doesn't in this clip. This is a really good play that all players have to do. Once you pass the ball, or once a player moves, you need to go into that space. And here Raphinha takes a really good touch into space and finishes off the chance.